everyone. My name is Ashurova Dildora and I am a doctoral student at Bukhara Pedagogical Institute. A key focus of my research is on cooperative learning strategies, and I'm excited to share what I've learned with you in this video series. Our goal is to show how cooperative learning fosters collaboration and develops essential skills like problem solving and communication skills. This video series will provide a practical insight and examples to a teacher who is looking to implement this approach or to a student who is curious about its benefits. Moreover, it helps to understand how cooperative learning works in practice. So, let's get started. At the beginning, let's define what is cooperative learning. Cooperative learning is a teaching strategy where students work together to solve problems and share what they know. The goal is to learn as a team. If we look at the history of cooperative learning, we see that cooperative learning is an old concept. Johnson and Hollebeck, 2015. Let's look at the history of cooperative learning. Cooperative learning is a long-standing educational concept with the roots tracing back to 15th century to Johannes Consensus, 1592-1679, who believed that teaching and being taught benefited students. In the late 1700s, Joseph Lancaster and Andrew Bell extensively used cooperative learning groups in England, which were later introduced to America with the opening of Lancaster School in New York City in 1806. Although Maria Montessori first applied cooperative learning in the early 1800s, it gained renewed popularity in the 1960s with the publication of the Cooperative Learning Experience by Donald Clune and David Fenema. After this publication, more scientists began to pay attention closer to this concept. David William Johnson and Roger Thomas Johnson, both professors at the University of Minnesota, are prominent figures in the field of cooperative learning. They started working on cooperative learning in the late 1960s. They describe cooperative learning as small groups of students working together to improve their own learning and the learning of others. Another outstanding researcher, a professor at Johns Hopkins University, specifically at the School of Education in Baltimore, Maryland, Donald Richard Slavin, who has conducted extensive research on effectiveness of cooperative learning strategies. Professor Slavin also explains it as a way where students in small groups help each other to understand academic concepts. Today, cooperative learning has evolved into key component of educational program worldwide, helping students develop teamwork skills and problem-solving skills. Now, let's try to find an answer to the question, why should educators use cooperative learning? There are many reasons to support the benefits of cooperative learning strategies. The first one, it breaks away from boring lectures. Teachers shouldn't always stick to the same lesson plans. It's important to mix things up and let students to hear different voices, especially from their classmates, especially from their peers. This breaks away from the usual teacher-led lectures and makes learning more engaging by putting students in charge of their own ideas. In this way, the classroom becomes centered on students, not the teacher, which is the second reason shift focus to students. Another benefit of cooperative learning is it prepares for teamwork. Cooperative learning is important because most jobs require people to work well with others. It helps students develop teamwork and communicative skills. Which are essential for future careers. Isn't it true that we can solve problems better as a group than alone? The fourth benefit of cooperative learning is it encourages deeper learning and exposes to diverse views. Cooperative learning isn't just about putting students in groups. If you will say to go work in groups, that isn't necessarily cooperative learning. It involves giving students specific tasks, specific roles, so that they work together effectively. Working with others makes learning deeper as students discuss different ideas and learn from each other's thinking styles. Another reason why should educators use cooperative learning is group work also boosts motivation, especially for middle and high school students. Cooperative learning not only helps students improve academically, but also teaches them how to get along with each other. It reduces feeling of isolation and helps students understand and appreciate others, preparing them for real-world teamwork.